preliminaries were now over. It was on to the main event. One of the true natural wonders of the world, Australia's Great Barrier Reef. Situated in the Coral Sea, east of Queensland, Australia. We were snorkeling Agincourt Reef off the double-deckered catamaran Quicksilver out of Port Douglas, Queensland. It was the month of December, but it was summertime in the southern hemisphere. There was every variety of coral, both soft and hard. And every color under the sun. This reef was truly alive. The waters of the Great Barrier Reef extend from Lady Elliot Island in the south near Bundaberg, north to Bramble Cay and Black Rock in the Torres Strait, almost to Papua New Guinea. The Great Barrier Reef should really be named the Great Barrier of Reefs, as about 3,000 individual reefs and some 900 islands are scattered along the Queensland continental shelf, an average depth of 130 feet. Coral cays, or keys as they are called in Australia, are formed by debris piled up from the reef edges and tops. This debris is composed mainly of dead coral, shells, calcareous algae, and little single-celled animals called forams. Keys range from pure, soft coral sands to those of shingle, rubble, and boulders. Some keys, such as the Turtle Islands in the north, are remnants of old uplifted fossil reefs. Snorkeling or diving the Great Barrier Reef could be a lifelong occupation, and even then you would only see a small part of the Great Barrier Reef. The 300 reefs and 900 islands, each averaging about 6 miles of reef edge, mean 18,600 miles of possible snorkeling and dive sites. you'd have an enormous challenge to even see a small part of it, and we were seeing a very, very small part of it. But what we were seeing was truly magnificent and unforgettable. Agincourt Reef is a complex of many smaller reefs and has snorkel sites at the pontoons and at least 16 excellent dive sites. The Quicksilver Company has several permanent platforms at Agincourt Reef, and we were snorkeling from just one of them. But none of the other platforms or boats were within our sight. It was as if we had the entire reef to ourselves. We could see every variety of coral. We saw the giant clams, plate coral, branching coral, staghorn coral, cabbage coral, fan coral, and even the stinging fire coral, which is identifiable by its tan, mustard, or brown color and finger-like columns with whitish tips. We were given spandex bodysuits to guard against sunburn and the possible sting of a coral sea jelly, box jelly, or Portuguese man of war. Huge multicolored parrotfish were everywhere. Schools of cobalt-colored damselfish would dart in and out of the various reefs. Multicolored harlequin wrasse scavenged the reef for debris. There was so much to be seen, and so little time to take it all in. Beautiful butterfly fish flooded their fins throughout the reef. Once again, the curious damselfish was checking out my lens. A small school of long-nosed butterfly fish came swimming past my camera. The waters were crystal clear, revealing all of the colors of the rainbow. Nocturnal squirrelfish were hidden away in the lower caves, usually the home of moray eels and sleeping sharks. It is rumored that once a year you can see the coral reefs of the Great Barrier Reef and the Coral Sea lying around smoking. It is on this erotic evening that most of the corals sexually reproduce for the year. Marine biologists now know that a series of windows must be opened for this reproduction to occur. Warm waters, tides, a few nights after the first full moon of summer, and long days. What occurs on those special evenings has been described by many as an upside-down snowstorm, as thousands of pink, cream, yellow, and red egg bundles are released over a period of hours. The bundles of eggs float to the surface, where they break up and fertilizations occur. How they recognize their own species is not yet understood. The larva forms and swims directly to the bottom, or stays in the plankton for many days. Once it settles on a bottom with the right characteristics, the larva forms a single limy cup, divides into 2, then into 4, and so on. The continuous vegetative reproduction of coral colony growth begins. Some grow into ball shapes, some are encrusting, and the latest growing weed species grow into branching colonies. Each of these colonies can grow as much as 6 inches in a year. Is it any wonder then that the many species of marine life can thrive as they do in the waters of the Great Barrier Reef? The reef provides food, shelter, and camouflage from the many predators that roam the reef. We caught a quick glimpse of a passing trumpet fish in the waters deep below us. It was lunchtime on the Quicksilver, and as we returned to the platform for our fantastic buffet lunch, we saw that not only the passengers were being fed lunch, but so were the many schools of fish which surrounded the platform. The chum attracted all varieties of fish, both large and small. Lunch was over, and it was time to explore the reef once again. The colors seemed even more spectacular in the afternoon sunlight. A very large school of beautiful cobalt blue fish passed just beneath us. I had just adjusted my camera lens to telephoto when two beautiful rabbit fish passed right in front of the lens. The word beautiful almost becomes mundane when you are surrounded by so much beauty. I had been here once before, in 1987, and so I felt truly blessed to once again be able to see God's magnificent handiwork beneath the sea. It has been predicted by many scientists that in just 30 years, most of the ocean's great reefs, including the Great Barrier Reef, will have disappeared. This the result of global warming and the warming of the ocean's waters. If this were to happen, it will be one of the great tragedies of the 20th and 21st centuries. There are those who scoff at these predictions, but if these scientists are correct, it will be too late to reverse this tragic destruction of one of the great wonders of the world. The afternoon sun was slowly descending in the west, and it was time to take one last look at the magnificent reefs of Australia's Coral Sea. For who knew whether we would ever get the opportunity again in this lifetime to visit one of the great wonders of the world. A solitary loach sat camouflaged in the coral. A giant clam stared at us from below. It was fitting that the most magnificent fish of the day would pass by us just 1 minute before our return to the Quicksilver. It was a spotted sweetlips, and we had never seen one before. We bid a fond adieu to Australia's Great Barrier Reef.